Hello and welcome to my channel. I have right here the Tonic Craft Kit Harvest Moon Affections, and I believe this is the final color trend for Tonic Studios in 2021. I've already taken things out of their packaging just to make it a little bit easier to show, and I've got my cheat sheet here with the list of everything that comes included. So let's first start with some of the Nuvo products. I have here, this one is a full-size bottle of Glacier Paste, and this one is in the color Frosted Birch. And this is a kit exclusive, so my understanding is that this is a new color and will not be made available for sale outside of this kit. So if you want this color, the only way you'll be able to get it is by purchasing the kit. So I think that's why we got a full-size bottle, because normally with the Glacier Paste we get a little sort of a little sample pot. So that's really awesome. And then while we're at it, I'd see this line. This is a swatch of ribbon that is in maroon red, and this is also a kit exclusive. So really, it says swatch, so I don't know if that means this is a sample size, but because it's a kit exclusive, I do not believe it will be available for sale outside of this kit. And you can see it's a really nice sheer organza ribbon. I think it's a lot in terms of quantity, even though they say it's just a swatch, but I guess because it's not on a full kind of ribbon roll, maybe that's why. Then here we have a crystal drop in malted milk. This does have that very milky color to it. Oh, that's so perfectly named. That's really nice. And then we have, moving into some of the more deep kind of red burgundy colors, we have a hybrid mini ink cube in Rumba Red and a sample pot of embossing powder in Medici Crimson. So these look like they coordinate really well with that ribbon. And we have a glitter marker in Golden Honey. That's really pretty. I love their glitter markers. There's a lot of shine and glitter with these. Even when you water them down, you still get that glitter effect. Well, I guess depending on how much water you add, but you can definitely kind of scribble this onto a silicone mat, add a little bit of water, and just kind of paint with it with a paintbrush. Then we have 2 pots of their Pure Sheen collection, and I believe the collection is usually a set of 4, so you get sort of a random picking of 2. And when I saw this, I was floored. This is so adorable. They are little confetti in the shape of a maple leaf. Isn't that awesome? This one's called Golden Acer, and just really pretty. The only thing that would have made this cooler is if they had like the different fall colors, like from green to brown. But as it is, this is really cool. I don't have anything like this in my stash, so when I saw this, I was like, oh, that is so adorable. I'm gonna probably end up being very precious about this because it's just so cute. And then I got glitter in Pumpkin Spice, which is really pretty. I love this. It almost looks copper a little bit in tone. So really nice. Then we, as with I believe all color trends, we have a 6x6 paper pad, and it is double-sided pattern paper. You get 24 sheets. There are 4 sort of unique sheets, and so you'll get 8 of each of these. So I'll go ahead and flip through each pattern. So this is the front, and that's the back. It's really nice. That's the front, and that's the back. And what's nice about these is they are uncoated. So if you wanted, you could stamp over them and do inking techniques if you want. And also, it's not thin. I mean, I would almost say this is kind of a light lightweight layering weight cardstock. And the nice thing about having 8 sheets is that if you needed a lot of this pattern to finish a project, you're gonna have 8 sheets exactly like this. And so that's really nice because for larger projects, or just for something that may be larger than 6x6 and you just need to tile up the pattern in order to cover your project, it's nice to have that quantity but still have the variety in patterns. And I always like double-sided pattern papers, because if there is a pattern that you're not that you find difficult to use on your projects, then hopefully the other side is a pattern that is easier for you to use. So you have options there too. Sometimes with single-sided papers, because the backside is just white, you may find that it's a little bit hard to use up. So then moving into the full-size sheets of paper, we have Classic Card in Ginger Pie. We have Classic Card in Candy Red, although this looks kind of like pink to me, not so much red. Maybe that's just me. Then we have Mirror Card in Baroque Rose. That's really pretty. I like that. And then another Mirror Card in Copper Mine. Oh, that's really nice, and that'll go really well with pumpkin spice. We have a pearlescent card in Coffee Cream, and this is looks a lot like the malted milk. Looks a lot like, at least from the outside, it looks a lot like the Glacier Paste that's frosted birch as well. So really, really nice match there. Oh, this is really pretty. This is specialty paper in Royal Garnet, and this has a nice hexagon pattern, because there's another specialty paper similar to this, but I think it's more circular, and but this is hex, and and it's the same color on the back, because I know with the other one sometimes it's black on the back. So with this, because it's the same color, you can if you wanted to use the deboss, where the hexagons are pushed into and the paper and recessed, then you can just flip and use it on the back side. Otherwise, you can use the emboss, where the hexagon is raised and looks like it's coming up. Then we have Specialty Card in Sienna Treasure. This is also really nice, and it's got that sort of texture to it. And then Glitter Card in Welsh Gold. Really lovely. Looks kind of similar to the Golden Honey glitter marker. Then we have a binder this month, which is really awesome. And then the dies and the stamp set. I, for a split second, considered skipping this month's kit, but ultimately I decided to keep it because I think this is really going to be a very versatile die set. I have an idea for a project. I don't know. In my mind, I have not quite figured out how I'm going to put it together, but we'll see. If I'm able to make it as I see it in my head, you'll definitely see a video. And if not, maybe you'll just see me make some cards with this kit. So on this sheet of dies, the largest die here is an outline, so that you can use it as a backing plate or a shadow layer for this set of frames. And then the second largest die is one big die that actually cuts out one piece that has these different frame shapes all connected. So they're all connected into one frame. And it's rather large too. So if I measure I'll measure the outline die. So that is just shy of 6 1/4, maybe closer to 6 1/8. And again, this is the largest die. And then let's see, is this the widest point here? The widest point, roughly 4 1/2, maybe. And so probably a really good size for maybe a 5x6 card. And what's really unique about this is all the options that you have to fill in each of these frames. Now, I remember from the unboxing video from Tonic that they mentioned you could maybe put photos behind the frames, but these are small. This is the largest one, and I think even that one is too small to put a photo behind. I mean, maybe if it was a portrait photo, like really zoomed in on somebody's face, but I feel like these would be really small. At least photos aren't the first thing that come to mind when I see this. But what I love is that you do get a lot of options for how to fill this in. So let me pop over to this sheet of dies. So for each of these frame openings, you're going to get a die that will cut out a matte layer to nest into there. So these are just basic shapes, and they're great for maybe your sentiments. They're great for, they're just nice badges and banners and tags that you can just add to your card. And, you know, completely outside of the connected frames here. So these are all, I think, super usable outside of the larger frame, and you could use it in all of your cards just as little toppers and, you know, sentiments and whatnot. And then speaking of sentiments, we have lots of options for die cutting your sentiments into these plates. And some of them, if they don't have sentiments, then they have patterns. And each one of these frame openings has 2, sometimes 3 different options for how to fill that. So for example, let's just look at this circular shape here. So here you can die cut the ampersand, or I see some other circles here. So you have your plain circle matte layer, which you can die cut from pattern paper and fill it that way. Then you've got these other elements. So this is sort of just stripes, and then this is a ring of hearts with a heart in the center. So lots and lots of different ways to, you know, fill these frames up with a combination of either, you know, die cutting out of solid paper and a pattern or sentiment, or just using these dies, the outline dies for the matte layer, and die cutting out of pattern paper. So not only do you have dies that you can use to fill in these frames, you can also use the stamps that come in this month's kit. And there are a lot of sentiments here, and they range, they're really centered sort of around kind of love and family and friends. Just really nice general sentiments that are going to be really easy to use. So for someone special, hello my friend, hugs and kisses, you and me. We have some that would be great for mini album making too, sweet little moments, making memories, good variety, and a nice variety of different fonts as well. And so, you know, they all have sort of a different feel to them. Some are a little bit more casual, and some are a little bit more scripty. So just a ton of different options, and I'm presuming they know that you'll use this these smaller elements as gift tags too, because they even have, you know, a gift that you can stamp on, and so really awesome how versatile this stamp and die set is. So that's why I did ultimately decide to keep it, but also because at the last minute I did have an idea for how I want to use it, and was really kind of eager to see if it'll work. So really fun. When I do have either that project or some cards made with this kit, I'll be sure to update this video with a link to that project. And so until then, happy crafting and have a fantastic day. Thanks so much. Bye.